This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, October 28th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. For the first time in over 4 years, Indianapolis will have a nonstop flight connection to Europe beginning in 2025. Before the first flight from Indianapolis to Dublin, Ireland takes off in May, state and regional leaders are celebrating the opportunities for more partnerships with Ireland that could have impact beyond the friendly skies. While in Ireland, Governor Eric Holcomb visited the Port of Cork.
That port, along with the Burns Harbor, our port in northern Indiana, critically important for the shipping of goods, which means critically important for the cost of shipping of goods, which means very good for businesses, two-way trade.
The Indianapolis Airport Authority estimates the flight will have more than $50 billion in annual economic impact in Indiana and enhance an already strong trading relationship. The Indiana Fever fired coach Christy Sides on Sunday, the organization announced. Sides went 33-47 in her 2 seasons with the team, including going 20-20 this season. The Fever made the WNBA playoffs as the 6th seed and were swept in the first round by the Connecticut Sun. Elevance Health is laying off 123 people in 2 offices in Southern California, just a week after reporting a disappointing third-quarter profit and lowering its full-year earnings guidance. The Indianapolis-based health insurer reported the layoffs to California officials 1 day after issuing its earnings report. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio. The State Ethics Commission has blocked an outside employment opportunity for a state employee involving whiskey barrels. Here's Gary Dick.
David Holt, the Chief Operating Officer and Chief of Staff for the Indiana Destination Development Corporation, requested a formal ethics opinion involving a new job. IDDC is the state's marketing arm that helps promote destination assets around Indiana, from sports facilities and music venues to zoos and amusement parks. An opinion from the State Ethics Commission said, while meeting with distilleries, Holt learned they are having trouble getting whiskey barrels at a good price, as many larger distilleries in Tennessee and Kentucky buy them up. Holt casually mentioned this to a family friend while outside work. The friend said the hardwood company he worked for had a relationship with companies that make barrels in Kentucky. The company proposed that Holt could work on his own time to help the distilleries with the problem. In this potential role, Holt would get the distilleries or the Distillery Guild a locked-in price for each barrel if they had enough volume for the barrels. He would act as a middleman between the distillery or guild and his friend's hardwood company, who would pay Holt. The commission found the arrangement would constitute a conflict of interest. It specified that Holt would be using information that he learned during his state duties to make a profit. It also found that he would be using his official position to secure unwarranted privileges or exemptions of substantial value that are not available to similarly situated individuals outside of state government. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Purdue University Fort Wayne is planning a major student housing project on its north campus. The 600-bed complex will be located near Ginsburg Hall and represents a nearly $100 million investment by the university. When complete, it will include 176 apartment units, study areas, a reception area, gaming room, floor lounge, multi-purpose room, and a grab-and-go convenience store, among other amenities. Purdue Fort Wayne plans to break ground on the project on Tuesday. Work is expected to be complete in time for the fall 2026 semester. The 213,000 square foot development will be developed and managed by Gilbane Development Company based in Providence, Rhode Island. Indy Ignite General Manager and President M.K. Hughes is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.